Hello everybody. Today is Monday, September 21st. It's 5:35 p.m. Eastern Time, about an hour and a half after the regular session close. I have a great video today with live trades in my funded Leeloo account, and Trader Jim sent me a video as well, so several live trades there. Just want to remind everyone that you can get 15% off your first month if you sign up for a combine with Leeloo. Use this link and this code here. Okay, so I traded 3 charts today, and 2 charts were winners and 1 was a loser. So let's have a look. First is the 250 tick line break, yellow border. This is a single contract, and I put the goal to 125 ticks, which is just over $600, and actually $625, and it went right to my goal, because you can see on the label here it says target, and I mean, this trade is about as good as it gets. I mean, really great entry here. There's probably a little more pullback than this, but excellent exit at the top. Okay, then on the Super Inco 8 tick, we have yellow border here, and I have a goal of 600 on 2 contracts, and the target is 60 ticks each contract, which is $300 times 2 is 600. And this trade was very well placed. I turned the Autotrader on right about here, and took a little bit of heat right here, but then the market sold off quickly, and the trade was entered at 14.29, and within a minute I hit my goal here. And this chart was good for $800, and that's because I did have a couple of earlier trades here that were mainly scalps. I had a long right here, and then another short right here. So a short that was good for about $100, and a long that was good for about $100 right here. So these did not count towards my daily goal because I didn't have any of this on. And finally I took the Autotrader took this trade. Now, why did I turn the Autotrader on right here? And I'll tell you, I was watching the 1-minute chart at this time, and if you notice, the trade was taken at approximately 14.29, and if we look at the 1-minute chart here, 14.29 on the chart is right at this high right here. So my reason for taking the trade was the market structure here. This high, lower lows, and then lower high, lower lows, lower high, and then also the pullback to the Bollinger Bands or standard deviation bands. The market was really trading to the numbers with this kind of standard deviation swings. And so when the market came to this Bollinger Band up here, I figured this was going to be a lower high, and I took the next short that it would trade to the other side of the band. In OneupTrader 8, we may implement a filter that will allow you to take trades at the Bollinger Band extreme. In other words, you'll be able to actually fade a Bollinger Band touch like this and go short right here at the top of the Bollinger Band with a pretty small stop will be the idea. Okay, let's have a look at Trader Jim's video today. Okay, so I also traded the 10-minute chart and the micros, and part of the trade was a winner, and then the second set of contracts, I'm trading 7 contracts here, failed to hit its target. I have a split target here, and what I learned from this is that if I'm going to do something like this, I should probably have a trailing stop, because in the absence of a trailing stop, there is no trailing stop here. This could go all the way down and hit a stop loss, which it did. So that's very unfortunate that I had 120 ticks profit, which is more than $500. That's $600 on the full contract. I was trading 7 contracts, so I actually had nearly $400 profit here, and there was more to go. Had this been both contracts, I would have had a $400 gain if all contracts exited at 120 ticks, and then I would have had another little short trade, and that would have allowed me to hit my goal. So I think my money management needs to be different. There's something to be learned from every losing trade, and you can kind of see that here. So I am definitely going to change the money management on the micros here.
September 21st. As you can see, I favor the short side. This is the open range filter, trading one contract, risking 500 and targeting 500. So even though I am on the short side, there is a complexity to the charts today. As I'm looking at a higher time frame charts, I don't see how they can avoid 680. I don't think they can avoid 680. I think 680 must be tested today within the first 2 hours of trading. So that's why I am on shorts. So why the complexity? The complexity is because there is also 820 that appears on the charts. So what I am not sure of is it that do they have to go to 820 first before coming down to 680? That is a possibility. So what I've done with today's open range is the open range will start at 9:30, but the trading will start at 9:32. I'm going to give them time to kind of, in case they need to pop up first. I don't want to be caught in a short trade and then them needing to do 820 before coming down to 680. So this is the complexity. Also, if they avoid doing it within the first 2 hours, meaning if they avoid touching 820 or 680 during the first 2 hours, I will just stand aside because it will either mean a very tight market with very narrow range, which is not good for me, or extremely explosive moves following those 2 hours. It's like a spring, if you will. If they don't expand this energy within the first 2 hours, this spring is going to explode, and then they're going to be very violent moves, which again, not necessarily good for me. So, but that's more abnormal. I guess the normal thing is for them to go to 680. I'm just not sure if they need to come up first, which is why today's trading is going to start at 9:32. So I probably will not be able to narrate once the action starts at 9:30 because I have a number of trades that I'm trading in semi-automation. So if I have an opportunity, I'll say a sentence or two. But if not, I'll just, as usual, just do a recap when I'm done around lunchtime or early afternoon. Right, so we are in the afternoon. Trading is over. Daily targets reached everywhere. So let's go back to the open range trade. Where was it? Right, so as I said in the morning, I wasn't sure about that 820. That 820 was a question. I just did not know if they would go straight to 680. There was this possibility of 820 first, and sure enough, well, they just missed 820 right around, looks like 810, 811, which is fine. And then sure enough, they did go below the open range filter. So what happened here was, as you can see, price just got a little below, and then I got triggered in. So actually, I had a pretty good fill here because of this minor pullback, and target hit on one contract. So here it is, $500, and trading one contract, no break evens, no trailing stops. So the decision to start trading a bit after 9:30 turned out to be a good one, because I think, well, I know I would have then had a short over here, right around between 9:30 and 9:31, and then they decided to shoot up and test the 820 area. And well, as we speak here, they're testing that 820 again. They did spike it before. It will be interesting to see if they can close today above 820. Closing above 820, even though we are overall in a downtrend, but closing above 820 after testing 680 is actually bullish. So we shall see. Let's go to fully automated charts. Let's start with the 10-minute. So the 10-minute change of trend, a pullback, and targets hit 894. Then I disabled it. The full target on this is 1,000, but I just disabled it at 894. If I did not disable it at 894, by the way, definitely upon a pullback here, it would have hit its daily target of 1,000, no question. So let's go to the 30-minute. 30-minute started a bit late today, but it wouldn't matter because there were just too many red bars here anyway. But once I started it and it had the pullback, it hit targets on a first trade. Now the target for this template is 1,500, so it's only around 600 now. Not sure if we're going to get a pullback here, a pullback of 30 ticks. If we get a pullback of 30 ticks, then there will be another trade because this one is still enabled. And I think at this point, they're above 820, they're testing 820, they seem to be comfortable around it. And as long as they're comfortable around it, they could go higher. So actually, I'll be more than happy if the Autotrader takes a long here, but it would first need to pull back quite a bit for this long to take place. And well, a new chart I'm trying. I'm finally learning. I'm still not sure if I have it, but I'm learning how to make a line break chart. And this line break chart, actually, it's a 5-1. It's not a 3-line break. It's a 5-line break on this 1-minute chart, meaning to break the line, the 1 minute has to be greater than the range of 5 1-minute bars. And that's interesting because it has a target of 500, and so it hit the 500 right away. It does not start at 9:30. I think I enabled it from 3:30, but the computer wasn't on. So once I enabled it, it started taking trades. So this was just one quick trade in this line break bullish, and it hit the target of 500 minus some slippage here. But in reality, as I've been following it, this would have been a winning trade. 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 And finally, even here, this would have been a winning trade because it has targets of 40 and 80 ticks. 40 and 80 ticks. So in reality, easily, I could have made the daily target for this one $2,000 for today, and it would have worked. Of course, the volatility has been good. On an average day, maybe 500 to 1,000 is enough. But so far, my experiments with this line break seem to be positive. I'm just learning how to set it up. I didn't even know how to set it up. I kind of spent some time over the weekend trying to figure it out. I think I have it. We'll see. So anyway, that's all for today. By the way, the last video I made, which was last Wednesday, I believe, it was the FOMC day, that video, I'm not sure why, had 30 likes. Now, the amount of views is pretty much the same as always, but 30 likes, which is great. But I really want to know what did I do so different in that video? Please, if you could just write me a comment, let me know. I would love to, because obviously I did something that a lot of people liked. So if you can tell me what was it that you liked, maybe I can do more of whatever I did. To me, it just seemed like a very average kind of video, but obviously there was something there. So that's all for today, and good start for the week, good start for Monday. I'll make another video at some point this week of this. So indeed, the 30-minute did pull back and gave a long trade. So one target was already filled here, but at least maybe we can catch the second one. I'm probably gonna have to put this on pause. As I said, they seemed fairly comfortable around that 820, so as long as they don't pull back too much. But really at this point, I mean, 680 looks like it was tested and rejected, so I fully expect higher now. There are some challenging numbers above us, but the target here for the 30-minute really should not be a big deal. I don't interfere at all with the Autotrader in this template. Same with the 10-minute. And today, for the first time, as you saw, I tried the line break, the 5-1 line break. If this takes too long, I'll just leave the recording running. I have to do a couple of things, so then I'll just edit the video. Hopefully, it hits the target. It's coming close now. Make this a bit bigger. Came close. I don't see any issue there. Just a matter of, I mean, it might take 2 minutes or it might take 2 hours, you know. This is kind of coming toward the end of lunchtime, but things are definitely slower than they were. So this template has a 30-tick pullback, which is why there was no long immediately, because this pullback of 30 ticks didn't happen until here. Two contracts, 40 and 80 tick targets. And here it is. Autotrader hits another target. Now, the actual daily goal for this one is 1500, but I don't see another reversal of trend. Anything's possible, but unlikely. Just in case, I will disable it because I think it did well. So here we are. This is 112. I am definitely done for today. Just wanted to show this. I kind of left it running. I figured if the 30-minute does pull back enough and gives us a long, I can record it and show you guys. So now that's it.